All right, welcome to Claims, Evidence, and Justification. This is how to write a scientific explanation. This is an important skill so that you are able to articulate what your claim is at the end of any lab investigation and how you justify that. So claims are statements. They're a single statement. Many of you missed points because you didn't write your claim as a single statement. They need to answer the original question. The claim is one sentence in length. It has to be accurate and specific. It has to completely answer the question. That's the other place that people were missing points. The evidence is all of the scientific data that supports your claims, right? So the evidence has to be related to the claim. Not all data is considered evidence. We have a lot of data in this world, and you get more data than any generation previously, but it only counts as data if it's related to the claim. Evidence can be specific data from the lab, or it can come from your own group. It could come from another group in the class. We're going to have ways to share data across the class. My goal is not to have every single table investigating the same thing as every other table. We have many of us and many questions to answer, and we should work towards that. Evidence can also come from other sources like computer simulations. It can come from websites. It can come from textbooks. It could come from notes. It can come from your own personal experience. I know some of you were drawing on that when you were writing your claims, most recent claims. It's important to have a number of pieces of evidence in order to prove your claims. So when you look at the rubric for how I grade your claims, evidence, and justification, you're going to see that in the evidence, there's an amount of evidence is very important to those scores. Justification or reasoning, right? This is the explanation that connects your claim and the evidence. So it shows why you're trying to show why the data you chose counts as evidence and how it backs up your claim about the experiment. So if you claim if you say something in your claim, you need to make sure that you include that in your evidence and in your justification. Otherwise, we have reason to doubt, why would you make that claim? You aren't giving us any information to back it up. Your justification is also going to show me that you understand the scientific principles involved. It's going to use the correct science vocabulary. It is going to be punctuated correctly. I know some of you are not big fans of punctuation, but it's going to be punctuated correctly. And it needs to be at least 3 to 4 sentences in length. You do need to leave the reader with a concluding thought at the end, kind of a summary statement, so that you get people thinking about what you did. So let's apply this to Santa. So I'm going to make the claim for you. I'm going to say Santa is not real. This is something that most people discover at some point in their early years. I want you to give me the evidence, right? All of the related observations to support that claim. Yes, pause the video right now. Write down your evidence. Okay, now come back and explain why your evidence proves your claim to be true, right? How would you argue it? He is too, he is not. We need a deeper argument than that. Okay, pause the video, write down your justification. Next, let's try this out on a couple of clips. They should appear on your screen. I want you to watch the Monte Python clip and tell me what is the claim, she's which, what's the evidence, and what's their reasoning relating those pieces. After you've watched that, come back and watch Sherlock. He's going to say that he was left-handed. Why is he claiming that? And what is it that he's using? He's concluding from that. He comes to a good conclusion from that deduction. All right, people make claims all of the time. Every commercial on TV is making a claim about something. So now I want you to pause the video and write down, what are some claims you've heard recently? Here are some examples that I've heard. Global warming, energy drinks are good for you, bottled water, any kind of diets, Axe body spray, airborne, which should probably have a trademark after it. Organic food is better for you than non-organic food. Vaccinations are bad for you or good for you or cause various kinds of disorders. 2012 was the big year. Skechers shoes that are shaped like this are better for you when you're walking. Vitamins, furniture stores, like the earth is supported by turtles. There are 1,000 different examples out there. I think the deepest sin against the human mind is to believe that things without evidence, right? This is really common sense at its best. If you're going to make a claim, you have to have some evidence to back that up, and you have to have some reasoning about why that is.